What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Pace Studio here in Midtown Manhattan, New York City. We are joined right now by a very special guest. This is Grace Weber. How's it going?
It's good.
Yeah, welcome to Pace.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This is
awesome.
awesome.
Man, we are really psyched about this one. Grace, you've got a couple of singles out right now.
Yep.
Which are really great, and they are on this debut album that we're waiting for. Is coming out sometime next year. Mm-hmm. We're going to hear those singles today, and one other song as well, which is a surprise for a little bit later.
Yeah.
But let's start it off with a song. Tell me a little bit about this first one.
Yeah. This song is called Elated, and we hope it makes you smile.
Cool. I'm already smiling.
Are you? Okay, good. I get so elated, hey, knowing what we're making. I know I hesitated, I know, made you wait for me to finally say it. 'Cause when you stepped in my life, I turned around a corner. The home I waited for is true, and now I'm so elated. I'm ready for you. See, now I'm ready, now I'm ready to be loved. Now I'm ready, now I'm ready. Boy, you know I need you now. I'm levitating, with my angel, my saint. 'Cause you fell from heaven, baby. Some days you're a martyr. When you take that fall, yeah, I fall harder. 'Cause when you stepped in my life, I turn around a corner. You're the home that I waited for, yeah. And now I'm so elated. Hey now, oh baby, you got everything that I need and more. So come on, give it all to me. See, now I'm ready, now I'm ready. Now I'm ready, now I'm ready to be loved, baby. Boy, you know that I need you now. Hey, boy, you know I need it now. I need you now
Thank you, guys.
Thanks so much, guys. So,
Thank you.
I wanted to ask you about this record that is almost coming out.
Yeah.
2018. Almost here.
Yep.
So you've been working on this record with the guys from the Social Experiment, the production team. I think some people know them from working with Chance on Coloring Book.
Yep.
You had a song on that record.
Yeah.
All We Got.
Yep.
And I've been listening to Elated, and there's so much going on that track. There's
Yeah.
like a million like vocal parts weaving in and out.
Yeah.
You got like brass and horns. You got piano. It's a complex kind of a song. So I'm wondering, like, this is your debut record. You're like putting yourself in the hands of these producers. When you come with a song, what is it like? You start with what when you start with these songs?
Yeah.
What do you bring? What do you bring to them?
Yeah, each song starts differently. Elated was actually a really fun one because Peter Cottontail and I went to my Airbnb this one morning, and we were messing around with a song idea, and we're like, let's start a song just from upright piano and voice.
Yeah.
So Peter's playing some chords, starts recording it on his iPhone, and I'm like mumbling some melodic ideas. I'm kind of like, whatever, syllables. And Peter picked his favorite 8 bars, took it back to the studio. I showed up a couple hours later, and Peter had pitched the whole iPhone recording down an octave and then built a beat around the sample that we had done from the Airbnb. And so my vocal was in the track, like pitched down, sounding like a dude, sort of.
Yeah.
And as we were listening to it, I was like, oh, it sounds like these syllables that I was saying, these mumbles. All of a sudden, it sounds like I'm saying words.
Yeah.
And it sounded like, I get so elated. And I was like, am I saying I get so elated? Is that what I said? And I'm like, I never use elated in my everyday speech. Like, what is that? Like, what makes me feel elated? And so in that instance, it was like this little like gift sort of that was given to me as like a breadcrumb to what the song was going to be. And we built the song around the concept of like, what makes you feel really good? And I think that, we wanted the song to feel very full, and we wanted the background vocals to have a little bit of like tongue-in-cheek, like, you fell from heaven, baby. Like, pushing a little bit because we want people to smile when they listen to it. Other songs will come from, like, I'll hear, Nico playing the horn part, and it inspires like this one line that ends up being the chorus. And I'm like, okay, the melody and the lyric I have, funny how it all came down, funny how it all came down to this. Like, why do I feel like that?
Yeah.
What's the song that's trying to come from this feeling?
Right.
And then I kind of go on a journey, whether it's like I journal to try to figure out what the rest of the song is. My songwriting lyric process is different for each one, but it always starts with like this little breadcrumb. And if it like excites me, if it feels like, okay, that's right in my gut for this song, I'll follow that to finish it.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. So it sounds like there's like a process when the way that you do it. It's like bits and pieces of a lot of different things. Did you have like a lot of songs that were sort of pared down to a final list? Do you have a final list?
Yeah, yes, we do.
Yeah.
We made about 50 ideas.
Yeah. All like full on songs or just sort of like pieces here and there?
Pieces, yeah. Some of them are like half songs. Some of them are just beats. Basically what happened was after we did the whole first like 4 months of working on the project together, when the guys went off to go tour with Chance, I went off to Wisconsin, where I'm from, Milwaukee, shout out.
Milwaukee, yeah.
And I got this little cabin on Lake Michigan, and I set up a studio, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna listen through these 50 ideas, and I'm just gonna start writing whichever ones are like tugging at me to finish. Like, that's the only rule I'm gonna have. Like, if I feel like finishing it, that's what I'm gonna do.
You must have had a lot that you were excited about.
Yeah, I mean, I ended up finishing about like 30 of the 50, and then recorded vocals, got them to like finished song states, and then took the 30 back to LA, showed the guys, and I was like, okay, which 10, 11 do you guys want to finish? And they ended up picking the 10, 11 that I wanted to finish too. So then we went through the process of finishing it.
So we'll stay tuned for like the Rarities B-side record coming out in 2019.
Yes. I like pull up the playlist sometimes, and I'm like, oh shit, like there's so much good stuff in here that we have to explore.
Yeah, I feel like that's how like those B-side records get made, basically.
Yeah.
You know, like you're gonna have a
Totally.
huge closet full of like rarities. You're gonna, you'll have them for years.
Yep.
So we're gonna do a couple more. This next one I think is the other single from the record.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about this one.
Yeah, this is called More Than Friends. And this is actually sort of like the opposite of Elated from a production standpoint. Like this one, we actually ended up stripping things off of the track. Like we took off the drums because we felt like, okay, we want this to be a very poignant statement and have a lot of simplicity to it so that we are very direct in what we're trying to say. And the cool process about making this song actually was I had the lead vocal done and we were listening back and we all were like, man, there's something missing in the vocal, but I don't know what it is. It's like, I really like the vocal because it's like simple and it just is like saying the words. It's not, trying too hard. It's just saying, I'm saying how I feel. And Nate was like, why don't we try to slow the song down? And why don't you sing one more vocal like on the SM57, just like no rules, just like go for it from your heart, whatever. So I sang a vocal that was kind of like, if the lead vocal represents sort of my composed self, the other vocal was like my uncomposed, like, no, I don't want this to be over. Like, I want this relationship to work, sort of the like person who's like shaking their fists.
Right.
And so I sang that sort of like from a place of pain or whatever. And Nate took that vocal and pitched it up and we played the two vocals together. And we were like, oh, this is the lead vocal. It's both of these vocals because it represents the emotion of how I'm feeling like facing and the emotion of how I'm feeling in my head.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So how do you pull that off live?
Well, sometimes today we're going to do an acoustic version of it.
Yeah, right.
We actually do this thing where Ram like records so we slow down the track in the beginning. We do an intro where it's like really slow. And then I sing the parts that end up getting pitched up later.
Yeah.
Low in the intro. Ram records them and then pitches them up
And
live.
loops them in live.
Yeah, and then he also
cool.
can like record me while I'm singing live too and like grab little pieces and pitch them up. So
Sounds great.
yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, cool.
Cool. Funny how it all came down. Funny how it all came down to this. Wondering where you are, leaving with a bad taste on your lips. What would you say to me if I was happily alone in my bed? We had the ability to be more than friends. So it's funny how it all came down. Funny how it all came down to this. Sending your regards in paper, trying to collect on your regrets. See, I never meant to let you down. Guess I didn't know what you would expect. So what would you say to me if I was happily alone in my bed? 'Cause we had the ability to be more than friends. Funny, ain't it? Funny, ain't it? Ain't it funny? Funny, ain't it? Funny, ain't it? Ain't it funny? What would you say to me if I was happily alone in my bed? you. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you are from Milwaukee originally.
Yep.
I think you live in the city now, yeah?
Yeah, I live in Bed-Stuy.
You live in Bed-Stuy. So you were growing up in Milwaukee and listening to what when you were growing up?
Well, my first concert when I was 8 was Boyz II Men.
That's a
Yeah.
good start.
So I was a big
Much
fan.
cooler than a lot of people's first concerts.
It was a good first concert.
Yeah.
But as an 8-year-old, like Boyz II Men, they were like pretty sexy at that point. And for my 8-year-old self going to that concert, I was like, I didn't know what these songs were about. This.
Yeah, who took you to that concert? Was it your idea to go, or did you have like an older sibling? Or something?
My idea. And me and my best friend, who was my neighbor, went with her mom. And like, I'm pretty sure at one point, because like they took their shirts off during the show, and the mom was like, what have I done? Like earmuffs and like but it was good. It was good to grow up fast to Boyz II Men. But no, I loved a lot of, really strong singers as well. Listened to Billie Holiday, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, was a huge fan of Eva Cassidy. I grew up singing in a gospel choir, so I've always been a really big fan of gospel music. And then as I got into songwriting, people like Joni Mitchell became a huge person for me. Lyrically, I would get books of her lyrics and just study her lyrics and be like, how is she doing this? Like, Blue is one of my favorite albums. And now, today, someone that I really look up to is Frank Ocean. Lyrically, just his choices from a production standpoint. Like, I studied Blonde. The minute that came out, I was like, I have to listen to this 10,000 times.
Yeah.
And so a lot of R&B, soul, gospel, jazz, and dope singer-songwriters, I guess.
Yeah, and when it came time to sort of like make your own record, I think you've been working on this record for sounds like a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we started in March of 2016.
Wow.
Yeah, and then Chance came in like 2 weeks or 3 weeks into the recording process, and he walked in while we were working on what became All We Got. And so when he asked to have that song be on Coloring Book, the year just got like crazier.
Yeah.
Like, I did not think that.
So that was a song originally going to be on your record.
Yeah.
And wound up on Coloring Book.
Yeah. It was awesome. Yeah. So that helped kind of.
Did he give you one in exchange?
We were working on that. Yeah.
That's good. It's only fair, I think.
He's a great guy. So
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah. We're in process. We're creative discussing it. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I think really it should work that way.
Yeah.
So you were talking about Frank Ocean. I think the last song you're going to do for us today is a Frank Ocean song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is that one?
Self-Control.
Self-Control.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll be the boyfriend in your wet dreams tonight. Noses on a rail, little virgin, where's the white? You cut your hair, but you used to live a blinded life. Wish I was there, wish we'd grown up on the same advice. Our time was right. So keep a place for me. I'll sleep between y'all. It's no thing. It's no thing. It's no thing. Keep a place for me. Sometimes you miss it. Sounds make you cry. Some nights you'll dance with tears in your eyes. But I came to visit, 'cause you see me like a UFO. That's like never, 'cause I made you use your self-control.
sleep between y'all is no thing. Keep a place for me. I'll sleep between y'all is no thing. Thank you.
Thank you. That was an amazing version of that song.
Oh, good. Thanks. That was the first time we've ever done it. And
Really?
we learned it this morning.
Really? Oh, the song or like that way of putting it together?
Well, yeah, because we were trying to think. I mean, I'm a huge fan of that song. Obviously, Blonde, like I said.
Yeah.
And that song's my favorite song on Blonde. And so we were trying to think of a cover we were going to do today. And so Ram came over at noon and we worked that out for you guys.
Amazing.
So we did it.
Yeah, well done.
Thanks.
So everybody, this is Grace Weber and Ram on piano. What's up, man? So we heard two singles today from this upcoming album, Elated, More Than Friends. The debut record is coming out next year.
Yep.
Everyone can check out graceweber.com. You got a date coming up in New York on the 24th of January.
Yep, Soho House.
Soho
Yep.
House. And more dates coming, I think, down the line.
Yeah.
And also check out the Music Lab, in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Which is something that you set up for high school kids in Milwaukee to get musical, basically.
Yeah. We wanted to create a space for students who don't otherwise have access to music education to get access to it, be celebrated for who they are. And we also wanted to create a community through music to show students, we're all the same through music, and we can, it doesn't matter where you come from, what your background is, like we all resonate at the same wavelength. So,
yeah, that's cool. And that is in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Yep.
Home of Grace Weber.
Yeah.
Original home of Grace Weber, now Bed-Stuy. I think that is everything. Thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you.
to Paste and playing in our studio today, and congrats on the record. We're really looking forward to it.
Cool. Thanks,
and
man.
Please come back and sing for us again anytime.
I
all
would
right?
love that.
All
Yeah,
right.
for sure. Cool. Thanks.